Hey, good evening, everyone. Blitzball Champ is back here with a brand new video here on the U to the Tube. So, for tonight's video, we're going to talk some pro wrestling. A couple of things that kind of going on that I wanted to discuss. And yeah, some good, some bad, but there's quite a bit. So let's jump right into things. So first, I want to start with some New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the Best of Super Juniors and the World Tag League have concluded, and we have our winners. So for the Best of Super Juniors, for the second time, the Time Bomb, Hiromu Takahashi of LIJ, has won the Best of Super Juniors tournament. He defeated El Desperado in the finals. So he's now a two-time Best of Super Juniors tournament winner. He won it this year, and he also won it before back in 2018. So not that long ago. But yeah. So Hiromu Takahashi is your winner. And one of the things that he had said in the post match is he also wants to wrestle the winner of the Super J Cup, which just started. So I think that'd be really cool, and who knows who that could be? That could be ACH, Leo Rush, El Phantasma, TJP. I mean, Chris Bay. There's no telling. We'll have to see who ends up winning the Super J Cup. And of course, typically the winner of this tournament also gets a shot at the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom, which is currently held by Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori. So that showdown's another one to look forward to at Wrestle Kingdom, which I believe we're on Wrestle Kingdom 15, which will be in January. But yeah, congratulations to Hiromu Takahashi. And for the World Tag League, for the first time ever, which I'm kind of surprised, I didn't think it would take this long, but for the first time ever, GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny, Tamatanga, Tangaloa, have won the World Tag League. Of course, they had some assistance from both Jado and a returning Kenta. So, but yeah, they won this tournament for the first time, and of course, with them winning this tournament, of course, they will get the IWGP Tag Team title shot at Wrestle Kingdom, which is currently held by the Dangerous Tekkers of Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up these two tournaments. And like I said, this was the first time ever that they had both of these tournaments going on at the same time, even up into the finals. Had the finals for both tournaments on the same day. So kudos to New Japan Pro Wrestling being able to kill two birds with one stone. I can dig it. But congratulations to Hiromu Takahashi and the Gorillas of Destiny of Bullet Club. Moving on to some Stardom news. So we know we got the I believe it's the Osaka Dream Cinderella coming up December 20th, which you can look at all this information on the We Are Stardom Twitter page. So we got that coming up December 20th, and a new show got announced for next year. Check this out. So also from their Twitter, so March 3rd, 2021, next year, Stardom is going to be doing a show at the Nippon Budokan, and this is going to be called All Star Dream Cinderella. But there's something really special about this event. So the first match that they announced, there's going to be an All-Star Rumble, which will feature one night return of Yuzupon Yuzuki Aikawa. I'm not sure what that is. But this Rumble is going to even have Stardom OG wrestlers and different Joshi legends. Like, it's all up in the air. You don't know who might be in this Rumble. So I'm very, very curious to see who's going to be there. I mean, you never know. It makes me wonder who, could we see? I mean, I thought about maybe could we see Kairi Sane, but then again, she still is technically part of WWE as an ambassador. But who knows? Maybe she might have the opportunity to actually wrestle. I think it was even said. I think in a interview or a podcast. I believe she would love to wrestle Utami Hayashishita, who's the current World of Stardom champion. But correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe we'll see a Kairi Sane appearance. I don't know. I would love to see. Hiroyo Matsumoto. Shoot. I would even love to see, if she was able to, I wouldn't mind seeing Arisa Hoshiki appear, or just whoever. I'm keeping an open mind, but I love the idea. I love the idea, and I'm gonna keep an open mind. So I'm gonna definitely look forward to this All Star Dream Cinderella, and this was just their first match announced. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what else they have in store for the show. So definitely keep your eyes out for Stardom. Looks like they got some good stuff brewing to close out this year and also going into next year. So keep an eye on them. Um, so let's talk a little bit of AEW and Impact Wrestling. So of course, the main thing that has been getting a lot of buzz is, of course, Kenny Omega won the AEW World Title from Jon Moxley with the help of Don Callis, Executive Vice President over at Impact Wrestling. Um, they jumped ship, went to Impact Wrestling, did an interview. We really didn't get much from the interview. Came back to AEW the following evening, and still didn't really get much information from Omega and Callis. But we're expecting to get some sort of surprise, or some sort of big announcement coming. Some are thinking at a future partnership between AEW and Impact Wrestling, which I would have no problem with. Um, but it sounds like it's also been hinted of maybe Kenny Omega doing something similar to what the Hardy Boys did. An expedition of gold, going to different promotions and winning their top championships. I mean, who knows what they might have brewing with Kenny Omega, but it's definitely clear that the cleaner is back, and he's going to be better than ever. And I feel like he's going to be like his usual self. Back when he was in Bullet Club, just with Don Callis by his side now, and potential idea of Rich Swann, the current Impact Wrestling world champ, going up against AEW World Champ Kenny Omega, which I would love to see. I would definitely love to see that. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. And like I said, if this turns into a partnership, the possibilities of matches are endless. Cross promotional showdowns. I mean, they already got NWA and AEW working together, with the allowing of the NWA Women's World Title being defended on AEW. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. If anything, it grabbed more and more viewers, to tune in for Impact Wrestling. I know I haven't really been that consistent with it. aside from and that my favorite tag team, the Motor City Machine Guns, is on Impact. But you know, I definitely get the move to pull in viewers and to really get people to pay attention and to stick around. So I get it. I definitely get it. But just hopefully that they'll provide more information and we'll really see where this is going. Um, Unfortunately, in the six-man tag that was supposed to be the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer, and the Lucha Bros. Um, yeah, that tag. Yeah, I think it was that tag match because they were going against the Butcher, the Blade. Oh my goodness, who else am I missing? Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. It was the Butcher, the Blade, and somebody else. Maybe Eddie Kingston, but yeah, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember what it was, but El Penta Cierro Miedo got injured after he got put through a table. Apparently, he got seriously injured, and apparently he's supposed to be out for a while. He's supposed to be out for a while, so that's a huge blow to the Lucha Bros, and it's a bummer because Pac just returned, and the reuniting of Death Triangle. So it's just it sucks. It really sucks. But hopefully he returns ASAP. He gets well and can return ASAP. Because I still want eventually the Lucha Bros to become AEW Tag Team Champions at some point. It's got to happen at some point. Um, see, we got okay. So the whole storyline with Hikaru Shida and Abaddon. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm not feeling it. And the only reason why I'm not feeling it, and this is nothing against these two ladies. These two ladies, I like Abaddon's gimmick. It works. I like, Hikaru Shida. That's my girl. But the whole having Hikaru Shida being afraid of Abaddon and showing signs of fear is ridiculous simply because of the fact these two have had a AEW dark match way back when, and Hikaru Shida won. Yes, she showed some signs of fear in that match, but she still won the match cleanly. Pinned her cleanly after hitting the Tamashi. And I know folks are like, but it was on AEW Dark. It was on AEW Dark. It was still easy access to see though. That's the thing. It's still easy access to see because you get AEW Dark on YouTube. That's easy access. So I just, it really would have been better if this was like their first time meeting and they started to get the storyline up and brewing. But it just, for me, the effect of the storyline is just damaged. It's tainted because of the fact people already saw Sheeta beat Abaddon, even in this gimmick. And now they're kind of making her fear Abaddon. And I'm not fully sold. But I do look forward to their matchup, but just the way that they're doing the build up and the story, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Because it's like, why would she be fearful? Not to mention, she hasn't even mentioned in the interviews that Sheeta's had, she hasn't even mentioned the fact that she's beaten her. She hasn't even mentioned that. So that's why I just feel like the storyline is the effect of it is tainted. Just because there's certain things left out. Certain things that are left out. But I'm sure they're gonna have their match again, and it'll be a good one. Like I said, Abaddon is up and rising, and Sheeta is really the only match she's lost. And she's had a handful of matches up to now, and Sheeta's the only one she's lost to. So I'm sure in no time Abaddon will be #1 contender. But we'll see. Um, Sting got on the mic. You know, he's out there with Cody and Arn Anderson for a bit. So, I don't know, y'all. Will Sting wrestle? Will he not wrestle? What's he really going to be doing? I really don't know. If he does wrestle, it will be once in a blue moon. Because I mean, the guy is 61, so I really don't see. If he does wrestle, I doubt it will be much. It may be very, very sparingly, like maybe a pay-per-view match. But I don't see Sting really wrestling. I really don't. I really don't. But you know, it's good. It's good that AEW has him, and I just wonder how things are going to go with that. Signed a multi-year deal, so should be interesting. Uh, let's see. I mean, that's pretty much. Oh, and it looks like the inner circle is going to carry on for now, but I'm sure it's eventually going to implode. Either MJF is going to turn on Jericho at some point, but it's going to eventually implode. Just probably not soon. But we'll see what happens as time passes. Um, let's see. Guess we can switch gears to oh, so apparently one of the upcoming shows, I believe the New Year's the upcoming New Year's show that AEW is doing, I believe Snoop Dogg is supposed to be making an appearance, and apparently WWE is pretty upset about that. Because those of y'all that don't know, Snoop Dogg is actually a WWE Hall of Famer. So I can imagine Vince and WWE, hearing about Snoop Dogg, appearing on an AEW show or any sort of collaboration with AEW would pretty much set them off. So, but I mean, but at the same time, Snoop Dogg don't have a contract with WWE right now. He don't have a contract with them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he can do whatever he wants. I mean, sure, he was a WWE Hall of Famer, but he ain't under contract with WWE. He can do whatever the heck he wants. But they mad. They mad. But anyway, I guess on to WWE. So there's a couple of things that stand out to me. One, I'm actually really shocked about this, but Tyler Bate is back. I'm happy that he's back, but with everything that happened, I'm you know I'm kind of surprised they pulled it. But then again, uh, Jordan Devlin's back. He kind of went through the same thing. I wonder if Travis Banks will, they bring the Kiwi Buzzsaw back. Probably not, because folks like him, Jack Gallagher, and there were some others, but Tyler Bates back, and yeah, he's gonna be feuding. I still gotta check out the match, but apparently he's supposed to be feuding with A Kid for the Heritage Cup. So I think that's great. Tyler Bate is an excellent wrestler, and I tell you, Takeover Cardiff still to this day one of my favorite takeovers. That match between Tyler Bate and Falter, goodness gracious, that was a masterpiece. Um, but yeah, I'm sure they're gonna, keep Tyler Bate as a singles competitor, even though he is one half of Mustache Mountain with Trent Seven and one third of British Strong Style with Pete Dunne, which I'm pretty sure Pete Dunne ain't gonna be back in NXT UK anytime soon. But but yeah, Tyler Bates back. So hey, he's the first ever NXT UK United Kingdom champion. So yeah, good to see Tyler Bate back. Wonder if any more people will get a chance to come back. Um, let's see. So apparently, one of the things that was that there's an article about. So apparently, NXT is going to be expanding by doing another international NXT brand. So currently, we have NXT and we have NXT UK, which I would say NXT UK has been a success. I like NXT UK. Enjoyed it ever since the debut. But now, and I know there have been a lot of talks about NXT Japan, which I think is still up in the air. I think it's still possibly a thing. But apparently, one that was mentioned that is looking like it's confirmed that's going to happen in early 2021 is NXT India. Now, this caught me off guard because I didn't even know that this one was even in the discussion. But apparently, Sony Pictures Networks India Private Limited (SPN) apparently has an agreement with the WWE in India for content distribution. So, and it was renewed this past March, which gives them the rights to the WWE network for its audiences. So, I think it's interesting that they're taking it up a notch by actually having an NXT India brand. And of course, the idea is that um, it will air digitally on the WWE network, just like NXT UK is on the network as well. So I'm interested to see who's gonna run it. Who are the GMs gonna be? Who knows? Will we see? I don't know. Jinder Mahal. Will we see Mansoor? Will we see? I don't know. Kavita Devi. The Singh brothers. I mean, who knows? What kind of talent do they have brewing up in NXT India? I mean, it's different. It's fresh. I'd totally be down. Have to see what kind of talent comes out. Who's going to be the commentators? Like, I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. I am a fan of the WWE NXT brands, and you know, this one could be another successful one. We'll see. I hope to definitely see what they're going to do. But right now, it's they didn't have a date yet, but they said early 2021. So NXT India, early 2021 should be interesting. Keep an eye out. Um, so one of the bad pieces of news. So apparently, Vince McMahon, check this out. Vince McMahon uh, apparently pitched a fit and got upset over the working ability and the in ring skills of certain guys on the main roster, and has issues with the performances of them. And apparently, these are the names: Otis, Dabakato, Dio Madden, AJ Styles' bodyguard Osmos, and apparently Keith Lee. Really? Keith Lee? Vince McMahon, you're disappointed and upset about the ring ability of Keith Lee? Are you kidding me? So apparently they have been sent to go back to the WWE Performance Center in Atlanta or in Orlando, and apparently on Tuesdays and Thursdays, take part in some regular workouts and more training. And apparently Adam Pearce and Drew Gulak are those instructors. Okay, so Otis, of course, used to be one half of Head of Heavy Machinery until Tucker turned on him. I mean, and these are all big guys. These are all big guys. Dabba-Kato, which we really haven't seen Dabba-Kato since near the end of Raw Underground. Theo Madden, of course, he's with Retribution as Mace, and we Osmos, the bodyguard AJ Styles. I think all he's really done is house shows. He hasn't wrestled uh, live on TV yet. But Keith Lee, really? And it really makes me wonder what exactly Vince McMahon is looking for in these big guys. Because here's the thing: you look at Keith Lee. I mean, big guy, but the thing is, he's not known to really be, you know, a super giant powerhouse type of wrestler. He's more of an all around and very agile for his size. I mean, he can move, he can do suicide dives. I mean, he can do leapfrogs, he can do all sorts of stuff for his size. That's what he's known for. I mean, you look at the stuff that he's done in the indies, ROH, PWG, Evolve. Like, the dude is great. So I don't know what the heck Vince McMahon is smoking, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Maybe somebody can help me to understand why Keith Lee would be told he needs more training. My guess is Vince McMahon wants him to be like I don't know, maybe like a Big Show or like a Braun Strowman or something like that. And it just makes me wonder, Vince, have you seen his matches with Dominik Dijakovic? Like, have you seen any of those matches? You know, the guy that you have as T-Bar on Retribution. Like, I don't know what Vince is smoking, but he don't need any more of it because it ain't making his head right. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? Because I think that's crazy. I think that's really crazy. I don't know about the others, but Keith Lee on that list, nah, I think that's bogus. I think that's super bogus. But whatevs. Um, Something that just finally came up that I wanted to mention. It's that time of year. We got the WWE Slammy Awards, which will be on December 23rd on WWE Network and digital platforms. And they've already got the list of categories and nominees. So yeah, let's actually take some time and go through this. So the categories that we have are Moment of the Year, Male Superstar of the Year, Female Superstar of the Year, Breakout Star of the Year, Ring Gear of the Year, Return of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Match of the Year, and Overall Superstar of the Year. So let's start from the bottom. So the nominees for Moment of the Year are the New Day gets drafted to the different brands, pretty much splitting up the New Day, which happened on Raw October 12th of this year. Bailey betraying Sasha Banks, which happened on SmackDown September 4th. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman uniting, which was on SmackDown August 28th. The New Day's farewell address, which was on SmackDown October 16th. Edge returning to the Men's Royal Rumble at this year's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch announced her pregnancy, which was May 11th on Raw. Drew McIntyre defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at this year's WrestleMania. Or The Undertaker's final farewell at this year's Survivor Series. So those are your nominees for Moment of the Year. All right, nominees for Male Superstar of the Year. The Fiend Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Drew McIntyre. That's a good list. It's actually a pretty good list. Should be tough. But I got an idea. If you ask me, most likely probably either The Fiend or Drew McIntyre or maybe even Roman Reigns. Probably one of those three I could see winning. Female Superstar of the Year. The nominees are Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Asuka. Now, me personally, I think those first three, Asuka, Sasha, and Bayley, I got a feeling one of those three are going to win. I don't know about Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad list, but I just feel like the first three have just been really, really super active, like throughout this whole year. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's not a bad list. Okay, nominees for Breakout Star of the Year: Murphy, The Street Profits, Otis, Bianca Belair, or Dominic Mysterio. Um, Me personally, I would love to see either Murphy or Bianca Belair win. Personally, I would love to see either of those two win. Ring Gear of the Year. The nominees are Carmella, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bianca Belair, The New Day, Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair. Hmm, that's quite a variety there. Be interesting to see who wins that. But yeah, that's quite a variety. All right. Nominees for Return of the Year: Sami Zayn, Goldberg, MVP, Roman Reigns, and Edge. Something tells me Edge is probably going to win. I know a lot of people like Edge. Something tells me that one's probably going to win, but I could be wrong. Uh, let's see. Tag Team of the Year. The nominees are the Golden Role Models, which is Sasha Banks and Bayley, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, The New Day, The Street Profits, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. Um, I'm okay with most of these nominees, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler wins, that'll be the biggest fluke probably in this entire list of categories. That'll be like the biggest fluke. I honestly don't see how Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler would win that. Best tag team of the year? No way. No way. Next up, we got Rivalry of the Year. We got Lana versus Announcer Tables. Wow, they really did that. Wow. R Truth versus the World. Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Edge versus Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Or Seth Rollins versus the Mysterio family. Uh, those some of these are tough. Like Edge Randy Orton was pretty legit. Sasha Banks versus Bayley was definitely legit. Uh, Seth Rollins and the Mysterio family, that got old and repetitive. And Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, that was starting to get pretty repetitive. So, me personally, I wouldn't mind if Sasha Banks versus Bayley or Edge versus Randy Orton won. I'd be okay with either of those two. Match of the Year. The nominees are Becky Lynch versus Asuka at this year's Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat Ladder match at Clash of Champions. Sasha Banks versus Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal Championship, the Hell in a Cell I Quit match at Hell in a Cell. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, the Intercontinental Championship Tournament Finals on SmackDown, June 12th. The Men's Royal Rumble match at the Royal Rumble. Edge versus Randy Orton, the greatest wrestling match ever, which was at Backlash. The New Day versus the Hurt Business, Raw Tag Team Championship match. That was this past November 16th. And the Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match at WrestleMania 36. I ain't gonna lie, this is kind of a weak category. Definitely a weak category. I'm a stay away from this one. I'm a stay away from this one. That list just looks it looks weak. It looks kind of weak, especially compared to the type of matches that have been on NXT and NXT Takeover. To be honest, but well, I mean, I'll be curious to see who wins match of the year, but I'm not too big on the nominees to be honest with you. And then finally, the nominees for Superstar of the Year for the year 2020. And the nominees are a combination of men and women. The nominees are Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Asuka, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. Yeah. That's a tough list. It's a tough list. I mean, that's 10 people. So, but yeah, the voting is. Oh, actually, the voting already ended. Apparently, it ended this past Friday. I didn't even know that. But yeah, those are the nominees for each of those categories, and the winners get announced the 23rd of December. So I know I'm kind of late seeing this, but yeah, be very curious to see the winners, and I'll do another video on the winners after they're announced. But let's see. Other than that, just going to at the WWE, they're still building up their TLC card, which I mean, to be honest with you, the only match that really sounds intriguing is Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I mean, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns should be hard hitting. I'll say that. It should be hard hitting. I mean, it's a TLC match, but the Fiend versus Randy Orton. I don't know. I mean, Sasha versus Carmella. I mean, we just saw on SmackDown, and and it's official that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to defend the tag titles against Asuka and Lana. So, I mean, dang y'all, are y'all not going to have Asuka to defend the Raw Women's title anymore? Did y'all forget about the Raw Women's title, WWE? What's the deal? I mean, who was the last person she even defended the title against? I think it was Lana. I think it was actually Lana. But dang, y'all ain't gonna give her Shayna Baszler? Like, When are we gonna get the one-on-one match with Asuka and Shayna Baszler for the title? Like, what the heck? Y'all could have been done this. But now it's like you don't have your Raw Women's Champion, who's a great champion, who's been doing well, especially within the pandemic. And Asuka, it's like y'all ain't gonna give her a title match. Y'all ain't gonna give her nothing. She's a Raw Women's Champ. What the heck? So that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander of the Hurt Business get a tag title shot against the New Day, which I would have thought they would have been tag champs by now, especially after that hoopla-ness on Raw. But yeah, I don't know. Um, Rumor has it that the secret admirer that Angel Garza is talking to, giving the rose to, apparently the rumor is that it's Eva Marie, which will usher in her return back to the WWE. I really hope that's not the case. I do not like Eva Marie, but I guess they got to give Angel Garza something because right, he hadn't been wrestling for a while, not since really the whole split between him, Andrade, and Zelina Vega. Which apparently originally the original idea was Zelina Vega was going to be the secret admirer, but she's not with WWE anymore. So enter Eva Marie, but just I hope she got some training or something like that. If anything, she need to get sent to the performance center or Nia Jax before Keith Lee. Please, come on now. But yeah, and apparently another rumor is for Charlotte's return, they may do something where her and Andrade are in the on-screen storyline and they wrestle together, perhaps. But but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. WWE has a chance to, with the last pay per view of the year, because AEW's done for this year. They got the last pay per view, so they better do something. And I just thought of something else. Asuka is undefeated at TLC at that pay per view. She's 2-0 at TLC. And she has a match for the tag titles here at TLC. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, yeah. But, that's pretty much all I have. Mia Yim, aka Reckoning, keeps losing with Retribution. She has yet to win a match on the main roster. I don't know what the heck they're doing. And it's just dumb. It's just really dumb. So yeah, WWE they got some mess going on. It's just some mess. Uh with NXT, couple of things with NXT. So looks like Karrion Kross is back, and he should be back in action very soon. I think as soon as this Wednesday. He attacked Damian Priest, powerbombed him. Um, we got a couple of injuries as well. So we know that Candice LeRae supposedly suffered a broken arm from the War Games match, and apparently it happened when Shotzi did the senton onto Candice with the chair. There's that. Bobby Fish apparently has a torn tricep. Uh, and then Dakota Kai, she got hit with the Eclipse on the chairs, which I believe they're saying her injury is kayfabe. So who knows how long she'll be out? But supposedly her injury is kayfabe. Oni Lorcan, I think he had a busted eye. Timothy Thatcher had a split ear, had to get stitches. But but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long Candice LeRae will be out. Um, I'm happy for it looks like maybe renewing a rivalry between Tony Storm and Io Shirai, for a future title match. I love it. I definitely love it. Tony Storm and Io Shirai go way back, and they have quite a history. So I'd love to see them go at it again with the title on the line. Remember, they've met each other a bunch in Stardom. Tony Storm won the second Mae Young Classic by defeating Io Shirai in the finals. So yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Um, but yeah, grizzled young veterans in NXT. I wonder what's going to happen with the Undisputed Era. I mean, they got the big victory in the War Games match, but and Finn Balor needs a challenger, which I believe he is on schedule to defend the NXT Championship at New Year's Evil, I think it's called. So we'll see what happens. But that's about all that I have. What do you guys think about what's going on with these promotions? What stuck out to y'all? Are y'all looking forward to TLC? What did y'all think of the Super? What do y'all think of the Super J Cup? What do y'all think of the Best of Super Juniors, World Tag League? What did y'all think? Like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram signing off. I will see y'all later.